Well, I think the G20 really raised some interesting challenges about the sustainability of the liberal order. Two things happened before the leaders of the 20 strongest economies gathered. The first was President Putin of Russia challenging the liberal order's utility, its desirability, marking very clearly that he believed it wasn't a superior form of international organization and intended to continue trying to challenge and corrode it. The second challenge before everyone even gathered was President Trump calling into question yet again America's defense alliance with Japan. And that starts boats rocking in ways that are disadvantageous, not just to Japan, but also to the United States and to other countries who care about an order that has agreed consensual rules that all of us more or less abide by. At the G20 Summit itself, the United States proved isolated yet again. The other 19 countries willing to sign on to a communique advocating the Paris Climate Accords, and the United States refusing, saying that it would be an unbearable burden for American taxpayers. Parenthetically, the interesting part about this is that despite the president's overt hostility to the Paris Climate Accords, despite withdrawing the United States from them, and the rollback of many regulatory measures designed to support the Paris Climate Accords, the United States, Antonio Guterres, the UN Secretary General, announced a couple of months ago, will actually be the first country to meet its Paris Climate Accord goals from a combination of private philanthropy, activism by states and cities, and changing attitudes in the United States, in addition to technology that puts it in reach. So I think there is a lot of hope for the liberal order that one might not always give the credence it deserves if one only listens to the President of the United States. Because the last thing about the G20 was how obvious it is that it's very difficult for President Trump to play team sports. He doesn't like not being the center of attention, so he offered the North Korean leader the opportunity to meet him at the inter-Korean border, the Demilitarized Zone, as a way of bringing all the attention back to him. And that makes multilateralism and it makes sustaining the international order harder for the United States and everybody else. But I think the surprising news is just how well it's doing despite these challenges.